Do we have a quarterback battle brewing? But the backups, not Cam Ward. Cam Ward is your number one guy, but the Titans, they have made a signing. They are signing veteran quarterback Trevor Siemian and releasing Tim Boyle after his pathetic, awful performance that we saw Saturday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Titans' first preseason game. Welcome into Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and you can see it right here from Turron Davenport that they are signing Trevor Siemian, and they have released quarterback Tim Boyle. This isn't a big move. This isn't a move that's going to move the needle whatsoever, but we have to keep you covered here on Titans Today, and that's why when they make a move, we make a video. We have our goal. I made a little small goal. We're only about 21 subs away from 11,200. Could we get it on this video? I know that 20 people that are watching this right now are not going to be subscribed, so go ahead, hit that sub button if you want up-to-date Titans coverage with whatever happens, whether it's Tim Boyle or something way serious, which we'll get into on the back half of the show. We got some good news coming towards this team. But first, Tim Boyle is off this team, and I've talked about it throughout since I started hosting this channel back in March. He was awful. He was one of the worst, considerably, I think, worse than Nathan Peterman as the worst quarterback to ever play in the NFL. I don't know how he made it. He had a 40% completion percentage throughout college. He was never good. It just doesn't make any sense. He was not an NFL quarterback, and going up in the fourth quarter against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when you know it's people that are fighting for their job, that are trying to get into the NFL. Maybe they're an undrafted rookie, maybe they're a low-end draft pick, or just somebody that's going to make the team. The talent is not there, and he was just not good, and you saw it. He was having a little bit of a better training camp, but once you get in the actual team performance, like what he did on Saturday, 4 for 13 completions, 24 yards, and not one, but 2 interceptions, and 1 for a pick six. And I showed this on the last video, but I just have to go back to it because I don't know how you could even have this type of quarterback rating. How is that possible? 0.6. That's not a typo. It is a 0.6 QB rating, and I didn't even know if you completed 4 passes that it was going to happen. But I'll say this. You signed a quarterback, and I'm fine with cutting Tim Boyle because he was terrible. You had to bring in another third quarterback because I don't know if Brandon Allen is serviceable to be your backup. But Trevor Siemian, a guy that has not played in the NFL in 2 years, yeah, he was a part of this team. Well, on the practice squad, he got promoted, was that emergency third quarterback. But Trevor Siemian is not the answer to your problems at backup quarterback. It's just no. Nada. That's not happening. That can't happen for this team. You need to go out and get someone better or even possibly trade someone. I know Will Levis is on the IR, but still, you have to have a serviceable backup, and Trevor Siemian or Brandon Allen aren't. So I'll ask you guys, because I don't think it's a great signing. I don't think it's good. Go down in the comments section right now. Grade the Titans signing Trevor Siemian. What do you think? A, B, C, D, or F down in the comments section. For me, it's not Tim Boyle, so it's got to be better than an F, but it's a D- because you have a couple of guys that are out there, which I'll get to in a second. You could also trade. People don't realize that Will Levis could be traded at any point, and you could trade him to a team, and they could throw in another backup quarterback or give it to a team because he is a serviceable backup. But Trevor Siemian didn't play in 2024. He hasn't gotten on the NFL field in a long time, and at this point in his career where he's on the back end going into his mid-30s, and Brandon Allen is also younger than Trevor Siemian, 56% completion percentage, 724 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. It's a long time. 2021, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That was 4 years ago, man. 4 years ago. And he was on the Titans. This is his, I think, 3rd stint with the team. And I get he played here. He knows the organization, which is probably why they went out and signed him. But you still need a good backup in the NFL. You have to have a good backup in the NFL just in case something happens to your starter. Because if you look at where the QB depth chart is, Cam Ward looked good. He looked really, really good to start his Titans career. 5 for 8 with 67 yards. He led a touchdown, but that was good. But then when you go into your backups, you're like, okay, what is going on here? What is going on? Brandon Allen didn't play good, and then Tim Boyle didn't play good. So they brought in Trevor Siemian to battle it out. And then you see this, 56% completion percentage. This is Brandon Allen from last season. This is Trevor Siemian from the last time he played in the NFL with 2023. The touchdown interception ratio is not good. The quarterback rating, 60 to 62. That's not good at all either. Like, God forbid, and I'm knocking on the wood right now, knocking on it, if Cam Ward gets hurt, you're screwed. And people are probably going to be like, well, Brett, if Cam Ward does get hurt, we should tank. Well, Brian Callahan is fighting for his job this year. He's on the hot seat whether he likes it or not. If he doesn't play up to par, if his team isn't up to par, winning at least probably 6 to 7 games and just looking serviceable, his ass is out. And he's getting the boot. He is getting cut. So they need to go out and get a serviceable backup. And there was a guy that was in Kansas City backing up one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in football, in Patrick Mahomes, and that's Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is only 32 years old. Last year, 63.2 completion percentage, 118 yards, not bad. And he's played in the NFL. He's been a great quarterback. Trevor Siemian's never been a good quarterback. He's been a starter, hasn't been good. Wentz is a vet. He's not going to come in and do anything in particular that's special. I mean, you saw last year when he came in because Mahomes was resting for the rest of the year going into the playoffs. He didn't win the game, but he still looked serviceable. He could teach Cam Ward. Being that veteran guy that's in his 30s, he's played NFL. He knows the experience. So why not go out and sign him? I can't imagine he's asking for a lot of money, and you have $30 million in cap space. So why the hell not? Go out and sign Carson Wentz. I don't want to see Trevor Siemian, which we will see him probably next week against the Falcons in preseason week 2. But is it really going to be special? And is he going to show up and be like, yeah, I'm the backup? I don't think so. Go out and sign Carson Wentz. Going to get into some good news for the Titans in just a second, but these hoodies are on sale. This one in particular, it is $29.99, and you can find a bunch of Titans hoodies on sale up to 60% off. There's also a nice cutoff hoodie on there, but you got to go to chatsports.com/Titans hoodie. I know it's still summer, but it's going to get cold really, really, really quick. We're getting into football weather, and that's when it's time for hoodie season. So get yours today. Rep your favorite team, chatsports.com/Titans hoodies. Those are on sale. It's not going to be on sale a lot longer. Get yours today. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. Some great news, which I think was good. And the Titans, they activated starting center Lloyd Cushenberry off the PUP list, and you can see this from Easton Freeze. He said would expect him to begin some individual work again this week as he works his way back in. So you officially have your starting 5 depth chart set in stone. You have Dan Moore Jr., Peter Skoronski, Lloyd Cushenberry, Kevin Zeitler, and J.C. Latham. That is serviceable. That is pretty good in my eyes. We saw Dan Moore Jr. Look, Corey Levin, you did a good job, brother. You did a good job as the backup. You're a solid backup, but Cushenberry coming off an Achilles injury, you wanted to ease him back, and it was kind of questionable if he was going to be ready for the start of the season, and hopefully now that he's activated off PUP, he passed his physical, he's ready to play football. And these are the 8 games that we saw from him. Like 499 snaps, like not your perfect PFF grade, but 0 sacks allowed, 14 pressures, and 3 penalties. Like, coming off an Achilles, I hope he's good, but he's better than Corey Levin, and this is just going to help Cam Ward. You need as much protection as physically possible. You need as much as you can to get help Cam Ward, because you saw on Saturday, he's very calm and collective in the pocket. He can make the throws. So if you give him enough pressure, get that ball to Calvin Ridley. Please, for the love of God, get that ball to Calvin Ridley, and this team might see some success in 2025. Show some love to Lloyd Cushenberry, though. He is officially back, people. He is back. He's going to be on the practice field, and we're going to look forward to him being the starting center. So type your 79, spam it all through the chat. Let's show some love to the starting center. That's going to do it for the latest edition of Titans Today by Chat Sports. Remember to subscribe, because when they make a move, we're going to make a video. And as always, tighten up.